Today's video will look at solving for a given variable in a literal or a multivariable equation. So we're going to start with what you already know and then go to the new material. In our equation on the right, it says solve for x in the equation x plus 3 equals 15. This is a one-step equation that you're familiar with. So we want to solve for x. That means we want to get rid of 3 and leave x by itself. To do that, you do the opposite of whatever you're doing to this variable. You're adding 3, so you subtract 3. Anything you do on the left of the equal sign, you also do on the right of the equal sign. 3 minus 3 is 0, so that's gone, eliminated. You have x left, and then 15 minus 3 is 12. That is your answer. You have left x by itself. We will apply the same steps on the left. As you can see, the only difference here is that you have a y where your 3 was. Since you're adding y and you want to get rid of that so you can leave x by itself, you will subtract y. If you subtract y on the left, then you must also subtract y on the right to keep your equation balanced. Y minus y, that's gone, x is left. And you can write 15 minus y, but we usually write the variable first. So we're going to write this as negative y plus 15. Is 15 minus y correct? Yes, it is. We have isolated x, so our answer is x equals negative y plus 15. We cannot simplify that any further because we do not have a value for y. In this next example, we will look at a two-step equation. We are solving for y. That means we want to get rid of 6 and 5x. You start with the expression that's furthest away from the variable that you're solving for. So you're going to start by moving 5x. Since it's positive, you will subtract to eliminate it. If you subtract 5x on the left, you also subtract 5x on the right of the equal sign. 5x minus 5x is 0, so that's gone. You're left with 6y equals negative 5x plus 24. We still have to move 6 so that we can isolate y, which is leave y by itself. Divide both sides by 6. And there are several ways in which you can write this answer. One is to write it as y equals negative 5x over 6 plus 24 divided by 6 is 4. That's one way. Or you can write it as y equals negative 5x plus 24 all over 6. You can also write this as y equals negative 5/6 x plus 4. And each of these come in handy depending on what you're solving for. For example, if you're doing slope-intercept, then the third one would come in handy. In this next example, another two-step, we have 3 variables. We're solving for x. The steps are still the same. So you want to first of all get rid of 2 and then get rid of k. Since this is a positive 2, you will subtract 2. Anything you do on the left, you do that on the right as well. Kx is left. 2 minus 2 is 0. 3b minus 2 cannot be simplified any further, so you just write that as is. Now you want to get rid of this k. You're multiplying k by x, so to get rid of k, you divide by k. Always opposite operations to eliminate. If you divide by k on the left, you divide by k on the right. These are gone. You're left with x equals 3b minus 2 over k. This cannot be simplified any further. However, it can also be written as x equals 3b over k minus 2 over k. Okay. This example has a fraction. Several ways of doing this as well. We're solving for x. One way to do this is to find the least common denominator of all the denominators we have. We only have 2, so that makes it easy. The LCD is 2. Once you've found the LCD, you multiply both sides of the equation by the LCD. 2 times 1/2 x equals 2 times u plus 6. 2 times 1/2 is 1. X is left. 2 times u, you're going to distribute that 2 and then distribute 2 to 6 as well. So 2 times 6 is 12. You have isolated x, left it by itself. Therefore, that is your answer because 2u plus 12 cannot be simplified any further. Last example today. Solve for d. So you have to remove x and 8. Again, you're going to start with 8. It's further away. 8 is a denominator. It is the only one. Therefore, your LCD is 8. Multiply both sides by 8. 8 times xd, of course, and you're doing that to remove your denominator so you can make calculations easier. 8 cancels 8. xd is left. 8 times c is 8c. Our next task is to get rid of x so you can leave d by itself. Since you're multiplying x times d, you're going to divide by x. Anything you do on the left, you do that on the right. X cancels x. D equals 8c over x. And that cannot be simplified any further. So this is your answer. Thank you for watching.